Are you a struggling employee whose salary can barely take care of his needs for the month? When I was in your shoes, I knew I should be putting away more money for retirement. I knew I should be putting money away for investing. I knew I should have an emergency fund. I knew all these, just like you already know. But the cost of living is outrageous. Everything is so expensive. All these one-time expenses keep popping up every month. It's never ending. So it's difficult to do all these things that you know you should be doing. I can relate. Good news is, this can be fixed. I am going to give you 4 tips that will help you get out of this frightening rat race. Number 1, don't pay yourself first. I know you've been told over the years that the way out of your situation is to pay yourself first. Essentially, you've been told all these years that when you get your paycheck, the first thing you should do is set aside money to invest it. No exceptions. You've been told that supposing your net paycheck each month is $1,000, then the first thing you should do, according to them, is take at least $100 or $200 and put it into the stock market or go buy up real estate, even if you end up not having enough money to pay your bills or debt obligations. They say it doesn't matter. No excuses. Pay yourself first and figure out the math later. I beg to differ. I say once you receive your salary, pay your bills first. Your mortgage, your rent, your car payment, your credit card bills, your student loan payment, cell phone, utilities, etc. Get those paid first. The reason is obvious. You know what happens when you don't pay your mortgage, don't you? You get foreclosed on, and they take your home. You know what happens when you don't pay your rent, right? You get evicted. You know what happens when you don't pay your credit card balance, don't you? You pay an interest rate of 20% or even more. The sad reality is that not everyone has the luxury of having enough money from each paycheck to save and invest. That is the bitter truth. I don't like it, but that's the truth. The reality is you will not be able to immediately correct this problem with your next paycheck. It's not realistic and practical, but you can do it, which we'll get to in a minute. Here's something that will help you, I guarantee it. Each month, ensure that you review your income and expenses for the month. Ensure you do this on a month-by-month basis. Use a spreadsheet, use a note, use anything. But ensure you do it. This action may seem senseless to you, but I tell you a secret. This is the first step toward your recovery. It's a game changer. It doesn't matter if you believe. Just do it. Ensure the list covers your necessary expenses, your mortgage, your rent, your car payment, your student loan payment, electricity, gas, groceries, etc. And when your next salary hits your account, pay those bills first. That's the first step. The second step to your financial recovery is to set aside some money for the purpose of investment. This step is as important as the first step. It is very crucial if you're to make any progress toward your breakthrough. It can be $500 or $200 or $100, just any amount. It can even be $10. The important thing is to start now. It's not the amount that matters. Developing the habit is very crucial. Deposit this money into your brokerage account to invest in stocks, or put it in your savings account to earn some interest. This is your don't touch money. You only use this money for investing or buying assets to increase your wealth. Make sure you keep this money in a separate brokerage or savings account. No commingling. Don't mix this money with any other money because you need to be organized in this war for recovery. At any point in time, you should know how much you have saved for this purpose, which is why you must not commingle it. This is for your financial safety and security, for your future, for building wealth. Try to be consistent. Revise this monthly amount every year. Don't be too aggressive with this amount. Just try to do at least something, because something is better than nothing. The last thing is, take care of yourself. Give yourself a treat. Spend some money on your happiness and fun. Go out shopping, go watch a movie, go have a bottle of drink in a bar frequented by the wealthy. Stuff like that. You can do all these because you've already taken care of your priorities. You can't wait until you're a millionaire before you start enjoying yourself. There's no enjoyment in the grave, my friend. I'm building wealth, and I'm being responsible. But don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to waste my money, not even in this category. I'm still trying to spend my money wisely. If I'm going to spend my money on having fun, then I'm going to try to maximize how much fun I have for the dollars I spend. If I happen to have money left over in this category, then maybe I'll roll it over into next month for my wants. Or maybe I'll use that money to further pay down my debts. Or maybe I'll use that money to invest it. You're free to do as you please. That's how I see it. At this point, you may be thinking, I don't make enough money to do all these things. Well, I can relate. It's very true that the cost of living has inflated faster than wages. You may not even be spending any money on entertainment, alcohol, designer clothes, or a fancy car, and yet the math still does not add up. The advice to cut down on your expenses won't work for you because you might have cut your expenses to the minimum. If you're in this situation, here are 2 pieces of advice I hope will help you out. And we can help out. Reach out to us in the comment section. Number 1, focus on increasing your revenue. People are overly fixated on reducing expenses and neglect the other side of the equation. What's the end goal? It's to be at a surplus, right? More money coming in than going out. Cutting expenses can only take you so far because at a certain point, there's going to be nothing left to cut. Instead of focusing on how to cut expenses, even when it's not realistic, why don't you focus on increasing revenue? It's like in sports. You can't just focus entirely on defense. You have to work on both defense and offense. And we can help out. Reach out to us in the comments section and let us know how best you think we can help.
Wongaboss is an African and, of course, a global initiative that seeks to reduce poverty by equipping people with financial literacy. In a continent where over 80% of its population is financially illiterate, Wongaboss is the resounding answer for Africa and all who seek to improve their finances, their YouTube channel, and other social media.